Welcome to a new deep dive. So imagine a workplace where doing your job flawlessly doesn't actually earn you a promotion, but it puts this massive target on your back.
Right, which sounds totally
It
backwards.
really does. But our mission today is to analyze this fascinating data set called the Chronicle of IT Agency Project Lifecycles and Bureaucratic Dysfunction. We want to see how systemic chaos actually gets manufactured.
And when you look closely at this agency's timeline, you realize the chaos, it isn't random at all.
No, it's highly documented.
Exactly. They have this very deliberate, almost paradoxical relationship with time.
Okay, let's unpack this because I was looking through the data, and on one hand, you have projects moving at just a glacial pace.
Oh, painfully slow.
Right, like the transition to their core web application, HG That took 13 years to go live, from 2010 to 2023, 13 years. But then that exact same management team manufactures these absolute emergencies out of routine tasks.
Yeah, the old mail crisis in March 2025 is a perfect example of that.
Oh man, that was wild. An archive systems license expired. And instead of just, renewing it, a manager named PHM forces a supervisor to share his screen in a meeting.
Right.
And he's making him click dead, unresponsive buttons in this delusional attempt to magically change the server date.
Which obviously doesn't work.
Obviously. So I don't get it. Why tolerate a 13-year delay on a major project, but then create a massive fire drill over a simple license renewal?
Well, what's fascinating here is that the goal in that room wasn't actually to solve the problem.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the goal was performative management. I mean, if manager lacks the technical capability to fix a server issue or guide a massive software launch, their only way to assert authority is to look incredibly busy.
Oh, wow. So they just invent a crisis.
Exactly. Both the extreme delays and the manufactured emergencies serve the same function. They halt actual productivity while making management look essential.
That is so interesting. It's like a squid inking the water to escape a predator. The manager is intentionally creating this cloud of chaos and meetings to just hide their own lack of technical understanding.
That is a great way to visualize it. The ink, in this case, is weaponized time.
Yeah.
And the data shows this ink is actively deployed against the most competent employees.
Yeah.
Because when things inevitably break, management needs a scapegoat.
Here's where it gets really interesting to me. Reading this, I kept thinking, isn't this exactly like a teacher loudly scolding a student for not doing homework they already handed in?
Yes, that happens constantly in these logs.
Right, because look at the hijacked Juneteenth meeting in 2025. PHM falsely accuses a developer, Chevron, of ignoring his PDF conversions. But the records show Chevron had voluntarily spent his Saturday, June 7th, completing all 43 assigned PDFs.
And management didn't even check the system before they started screaming.
Not even a quick glance.
Because checking the system requires technical know-how they just don't possess. This is the core mechanism of institutional exclusion.
So they just shift the blame downward.
Exactly. Unmanaged bureaucratic power creates this toxic loop. When upper-level management is in over their heads, technically, they use performative aggression to cover it up.
Which explains the punish incompetence part, like the Phantom script incident in July 2025.
Oh, the Rahbert situation.
Yeah, they accused a developer named Rahbert of distributing a non-existent database script based on literally imaginary evidence.
It's just wild.
And then there's the intern, Mo. He successfully completes the Dike safety migration on April 7th. 2 days later, on April 9th, PHM is falsely screaming at Chevron for not doing it.
It's all a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
By keeping the productive employees constantly on the defensive, management prevents anyone from questioning their 13-year project delays.
So what does this all mean for you listening at home? Understanding these chronological patterns helps you spot the red flags of toxic bureaucratic paralysis in your own workplace.
Right, you learn to spot the performative fire drills.
Exactly. When you see weaponized meeting invites over routine tasks, you can recognize the dysfunction before it totally consumes your team's productivity.
Documenting your work becomes your only real defense.
Absolutely. Which leaves you with a pretty provocative closing thought to mull over today.
Well, I like this one.
If a system consistently rewards chaos and actively blocks the only people doing the work, is the dysfunction actually a mistake? Or has it secretly become the organization's intended feature?